You know the two of them.
I do, the Kieran Mile and Denny Furdham.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And the woman on the right with the beige colour coat, that's Mrs. Kelly up across the road from Paddy Hogan's house, isn't it?
She's the lady that lived until like 103 or something.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think, is that Paddy Connolly's mother? Looks a bit like her.
Where?
Here.
Paddy Connolly over the road?
I'm not sure now.
No, I wouldn't say she is, no.
This is Maisie here, is it? Is it?
No. Oh, that's not Maisie.
No. Well, this woman here is from Kinvara.
Is that Mrs. Noon?
Mrs. Noon. Yeah.
Paddy Noon's mother, or Matty Noon's mother. Now, no, I don't know who that is now. So we'll have to request some help from our audience to find out who it is, because we want to know. But
do we have a year on this? No.
No.
Well,
what those photographs have in common is they're all taken in Seamount, and the Senior Citizens Parties used to be held in Seamount before the community centre was suitable or was finished and heated and everything, you know.
Okay.
So this thing would have been. I took photographs up there from the late 70s and the early 80s.
Okay.
So this could be any time from 78 to 84, that kind of era.
Yeah. No. So that you can take it that any one of the elderly people that's there in any of the photographs, they've passed.
I'd say
so, with very few exceptions, you know.
Because I would think, we used to put out a cross by Noon's house when we'd be walking to Mass, and I would say that Miss Noon died in the early 80s.
I'd say that. Yeah, I'd say that. Now I don't know who that is. I just can't place her either. And there's somebody concealed by Denny.
Yeah. There was a woman now, I remember, who used to be at all these parties. She lived up on the road to Clina, over Ballybook.
Yeah.
A very friendly woman.
Well, we might see her in another photograph here.
Is seen that one already?
No.
Oh yes, that's not this.
I asked John Sullivan one day to tell me who was in that with him, and the only one he was able to tell me was which of the Monohands is that?
That's Noel Monahan.
Noel, is it Noel? Yeah. Now, who are the others
that's
then?
Yvonne Lydon in the centre at the back.
That's Yvonne Lydon, okay? She's the lady that's married to Billy Kavanagh, okay?
That's Joe Byrne on the right at the back.
Joe Byrne there.
That's
Eilish
McMahon.
Eilish McMahon. And John Sullivan.
And Jane Joyce.
There you go. I couldn't know who they were, and John Sullivan couldn't remember who they were. So that's how long ago it is. You know, it's a long time.
And it's Toddy and Josie Nolan.
And that must be an older photograph then, because like we were doing plays.
Well, it's the same one anyway, because you could tell by the things at the back.
All right. Now I started doing the plays sometime around the middle 1980s, and we did them up to 1994 or something like that.
Well, I'd say this now was late 1970s, because I remember I used to direct some of the ones for the youth club that time.
Yeah. And
they were all up in Seamount, and that's why I took the pictures.
All right. And I wonder what play, you wouldn't know what play that is.
I wouldn't.
The other play that Joe Byrne was in was Love and Acid Drops, and it was gas, because when I started doing plays first, I did that play with his father and Anya O'Connell and people like that.
Oh yeah,
in it, you know, because Josie, I'm sure was in it, because Josie was a great actress, you know, and she'd had a lot of it. So Toddy is obviously a poor, concerned, worried-looking farmer there. Farming must have been in a bad and distressed state there, Tom, at that time.
Obviously, wherever Toddy was farming.
We've done that one. Yeah. No, this is for the party ground. That's definitely Seamount with the cross there.
Yeah. That's one of the Christmas parties up in Seamount.
And you know who the mayor and mayoress are there?
Well, that's John Conneely, isn't it?
It is,
and Mrs. Kane.
My father, yeah. And Biddy Mac, as she was called. If you ever was talking about the Queen there, she was known as Biddy Mac, but she was Joe Kane's mother, Mary Kane. You know, Mary Kane up the hill. That's Mary's mother. And Pat is obviously doing his Shanos singing there. He was a great character. He was always ready for a song.
Oh, yeah.
And at the background then...
But I see Siobhan McMahon, isn't it?
Is that Siobhan? Yes, one of the McMahons.
That's Mary McLaughlin.
And Mary McLaughlin. Yeah. And over here is Cannibal Kearns with the pipe. And...
That's Jesus on the cross.
I don't know who that is there. And it's hard to see who those people are. There's a cluster of them there in the back. Oh, there's Tom Mahan. Isn't that Tom Mahan in Keha?
That could be alright.
Yeah. And I don't know anybody on this side here.
And so this is the old folks.
Yeah.
Christmas party or whatever. That's
when
they had Mayor and
Mayor Spears. Because they had the kitchen there and then the heat and Lord's of Porter.
Yeah, so like it was a better place to have it than the hall, you know, for people.
Oh, that time wasn't even plastered.
For the people of age, you know. And there's the Kinvara.
That's the background. I remember doing that.
Tin Whistlers. Now
they're Northampton children.
Are they? Is that not Garrett Byrne? No, I want to use some.
No,
you're right, because he's not in the Mungan.
They're all Northampton children as far as I know.
In the Mungan.
I'd nearly swear that's Tannian because he's the spit of Cameron Ryder's son.
And that's Dennis Furdham's son, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a Furdham girl there as well.
Here, this is Colette.
Second girl, yeah.
This is Colette.
Okay, so
that's probably one of the Canes, isn't it?
I'd say it is, yeah.
So we'll be asking our listeners now.
Mongan, she's probably Mongan.
She is, I'd say. To identify who they are and to put name. Oh, that's who that is. Yeah, she's probably Leach. Yeah. I wouldn't know them now. Isn't it Michael Leach?
And maybe the Canes.
I'd say that's Bridget Keane. Isadora and Phil's.
Isaac Kane's daughter.
Yeah.
I'd say that could be Noel Tannian, or
could be,
definitely has to be some connection with that.
So we'll seek clarification from the listeners.
And that was in
Seamount, and they'll know them because they'll know the names of them themselves, you know. Now,
Castle Entertainers.
The Castle Entertainers. Yeah. Now that's Enda O'Connor.
Enda O'Connor on the right.
And that lady is
Gemma Murphy, isn't it? What's her name?
She's Gemma. I think she's Gemma. No,
Catherine
Walsh.
Yeah. And this is Rosario Ruan.
That's right, yeah.
Now we got the four of them. And that's Kieran Moylan. Rosario and her husband, they went to Canada sometime back in those days. And of course, Gemma went to California at some point in it as well. Poor Enda got very ill.
And Catherine has passed away as well, hasn't she?
Has she? I don't know that now. And there's the most famous singer in the parish. What's his song?
Well, he sings Delilah.
Matty Whelan singing Delilah at the party, and I bet you any money that's what he sang there. And Enda O'Connor,
that's right.
Looking at him. He's a great character.
Oh, fantastic!
You know,
and still,
he'll still beat it out. I remember when I was hurling with him back in when we won the county final in 1966, and we were up on the field one night, and I tried to. Whelan was coming out with the ball. He was in the half back line, and I was playing middle field against him. So he was coming, and I said, "No, I'll give him a run out," and I ran right at him with my shoulder, and I hit him straight in the middle of the chest. And he put me back about 20 yards. He was a strong man, I'll tell you, Matty Whelan. A strong man. Yeah, great character.
And still singing
is right.
And that's Fancy Flatley on the left, and that's Rosario again.
And who's that? No, I don't know that one there.
And that's a nun who played Simon.
She is, yeah. No, and that's
Enda.
Is that Enda there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now
that has to be Kathleen Whelan in the blue dress.
Kathleen Whelan, you're right. That's Kathleen Whelan and the blue dress there. That's right. So we don't know who that is at the back, and we don't know who this lady is here, who's playing in the white. But we'll.
But sure, if you go back, and I'd say from the hair, you'll probably, because I'd say it's one of the entertainers from the
unless she's one of the choruses.
This lady, is it?
She's reading music anyway, so she obviously.
But the one behind the nun, I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. No, she probably is one of them, but we'll see anyway. We'll ask somebody who'll tell us who that is there because she's obviously an accomplished kind of classical musician,
That's Sister Joseph.
Yes.
Sister Joseph.
And Father Kane.
She's obviously singing a song, Sister Joseph. And Father Kane. Kieran. Mary. And who's that nun there?
Oh, she's not a nun.
Is she not?
No.
Oh,
she's one of the people at I'm quite sure she's one of the people at the Christmas party.
She is.
You don't know who she is? I don't know who she is.
There's some name written on the
or Christmas kind of, This looks...
No year on it now.
No. I can't see what's it. I thought for a minute. I thought for a minute there, Frank, it was what the Japanese, the Tom wrote.
My Japanese.
Sister Joseph was great.
Yeah. And there again,
Pat Kane and Sister Breege.
And Pat with the flag in the mouth, and Sister Breege dancing with this. He was a great character. I used to bring him out from Auchnish. Every evening for 20 years, I'd say, when I was driving the bus. Every Monday to Friday. On the way back. And drop him off at Michael Fay's.
Oh, very good.
And then he'd come into town here and he'd have a session there down in Winkles or someplace else, and Charlie Piggott or somebody always brought him back home. He was a great man.
He was a
lively man. And
that's his granddaughter there.
That's right. Carmen. Who?
No, not Carmen.
Carmen's daughter.
That's Patricia. Oh, wow. Patricia. I see. But you ignore her eyes and her face. And that's Enda O'Connor, and that must be...
Gemma Murphy again, is it?
Is it Gemma or Rosario? I can't remember now. Would you recognise who that is there behind?
I know.
Yeah. God, the Christmas parties used to be a big deal in those days. Weren't they?
I used to look forward to it,
Yeah, absolutely.